The Nerlin Nerds podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery Media presents Nerlin Nerds with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the pop culture topics that interest us and those minor details that irritate us.
He was Montgomery in the island of Dr. Moreau.
That's
apparently killed his career because people said he was so hard to work with.
Oh no, it was Brando on that.
Well, Brando was always
hard to work.
Always hard to work with.
Yeah, right. Just
he was in an ABC after-school special in 1972.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. For some reason, because it didn't air until 1985.
Correct. Exactly.
But we got Top Secret, Real Genius, Top Gun, Willow, The Doors, Thunderheart. I always forget about that one. True Romance.
So
The Real McCoy.
he was Elvis in True Romance.
Yeah. Tombstone.
They called it all right. So 93.
He was Batman.
So in 10 years, up until The Doors, what you just read was a 10-year span.
Yeah. Well, and then...
Not even. 84 to 91.
Yeah.
Boy, he was fucking killing it.
And then he was Batman. And actually did not let that kill his career. But, you say that about Dr. Moreau, but then he makes The Ghost in the Darkness, which is a fantastic movie.
I can't believe
The Saint.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Prince of Egypt. I forgot he was in Pollock. He was William de Kooning. Red Planet, when they were making all those Mars movies.
Which one is that?
And it's not a great one. And I always forget about it.
Carrie-Ann Moss and Tom Sizemore
yeah.
in that movie. Wow.
It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie to watch. Salton Sea. That is a very, very good movie. And it never gets enough credit.
Hard Cash with Christian Slater. Which one were you talking about?
Salton Sea. I remember seeing that in the theaters, just being like, it was, it's an independent movie, but it's a really good little crime one. And my brother's favorite, Wonderland, where he played John Holmes.
Thank you. That's okay. Vincent D'Onofrio was in that.
Yeah. In Salton Sea. Yeah. He has no nose.
He's also Wilson Fisk, just for the uninitiated.
I forgot about Spartan, which is
Wonderland.
a Dave.
This movie was so awesome.
Yeah.
Just look how many people were in that, man.
We were in that movie.
Lisa Kudrow, what the fuck? Christina Applegate, Dylan McDermott.
Yeah. And let's not forget, he was one of the one or two bright spots of the Alexander movie. He was...
Yeah, that one's forgettable.
Philip of Macedonia, but Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, really great movie. Yeah.
Solid.
So he's got... And then
he played Moses.
Then I think his health started going, and that's why...
Well, and
he started taking smaller roles.
And he also was doing, like you said, he got really into his art. And he did the one-man show where he actually traveled.
Yeah.
As Mark Twain.
I remember it was like 60 Minutes or CBS Sunday Morning did a thing on him when he was doing that, and he did the whole interview as Mark Twain. And it's like people were like, he's lost his mind. Like, no, he just was.
No, so
just really got into character acting.
Well, this is a story that I read. They asked Michael Biehn what it was like working with Val Kilmer, and he was like, I don't know. He was like, I can tell you what it's like working with Doc Holliday, but I don't know what it's like working with Val Kilmer.
We didn't get to finish the game.
Yeah. Could you imagine that man, however long shooting was, 6 months because they were in the desert or whatever. It wasn't a quick shoot, we'll call it that. But
yeah.
Every time you see him,
he's in full character.
He's like longer, drinking.
Man. Talk about a movie that has aged very, very well. I mean,
Tombstone?
yeah. I mean,
God,
it was fun when it came out, but
Well, the anticipation for me when it came out, because you know me, I love that shit.
yeah.
And then to see him,
You mean him own an entire movie
correct.
in an insane cast, and
It was stacked.
everyone comes away from Tombstone being like, Val Kilmer was awesome. Like,
He was the man.
yeah.
Kurt Russell's good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Michael Biehn, Powers Booth,
Thank you.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Stephen Lang
Yeah.
played Ike.
Right. Oh, fuck. Who was the dude from Wings? It's got 3 names. You know what I'm talking
The
about.
90210 Presley guy was in
Yeah.
it. John Locke was in it.
Right.
And Presley guy, he was
Dana Wheeler and...
Stephen Zahn.
Yeah.
Right? No,
No.
Stephen Zane.
Zane, yeah. Billy Zane. Billy Zane.
Billy. I can see. I want to go with Zahn Solo.
Dana Delaney.
Good Lord, that.
But yeah, like in early '90s powerhouse cast, and he rises above.
Sam Elliott's in the movie, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake. And yeah, he is.
And it's narrated by Robert Mitchum, and you
Oh
still
yeah, you always forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was the star. And he wasn't even it like.
no, but every scene he's in,
Well, that's it.
it's
like,
super duper powerful.
and then
Like even the cup flipping scene.
I was gonna say the scene where he's in bed. He was like, Wyatt, if you were ever my friend, you would get the fuck out of this room.
Yeah.
And Wyatt went,
Okay.
there you go, I'm out. Love you.
Is that where he? And then I read somewhere where he had them do like when he was dying, they put him on a bed of ice because that apparently is how you die, or you're shivering at the end of tuberculosis.
It was like, oh, I can't feel my feet. That's new. Yeah. Fuck that man. Jesus.
Well, I still like growing up. Me and my brother. I don't know. I mean, definitely double digits. I would probably say upwards of over 50 watched Top Secret.
That's where I was.
And, and this was, I mean, we'd already seen like Top Gun. And, I mean, this is, around the time Tombstone's coming. So we know who Val Kilmer is, but that's, and that's a Zucker Brothers movie. That's one of the funniest goddamn movies.
I really need to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you.
And part of what makes it funny is Val Kilmer just sells every one of those dry ass jokes perfectly,
like he does in Real Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I wear them anywhere else, I'd chafe.
Yeah.
Does anybody wear there's a dude living in her closet?
Thank you, Uncle. What's his face? So like that's how we started, and then immediately pivoted to Top Gun.
Yeah. Where he's
Within a year, Real Genius, and then Iceman.
Yeah.
Iceman was the coolest motherfucker there was in the 80s.
Yeah, and again, that's another one. I mean, particularly too over time, I mean, there's, Maverick and Goose, but a lot of people came away with like, I mean, like first he starts off skeevy, and
but
then
he grows on you.
Yeah.
Maverick gonna be here.
Yeah.
Like I don't want anybody flying other than Maverick. He was like, look, Goose died, man. I'm super, super, super sorry. Like,
yeah,
he was
I get it.
He was a cocky asshole.
Well, they all were.
But you have to be a psychotic, cocky asshole to fly these things.
Yeah.
So like he was kind of on brand.
Yeah, 100%.
And again, the scenes that he's in,
Yeah.
he stands out. I guess that's the thing, because even in Heat, before we run out of time here, like...
Yeah, everybody focuses on Pacino and De Niro in that.
As they should.
But like Kilmer has like, 5 lines in the whole movie?
And he's like the... I don't want to say like the son, but it's more of a mentor relationship.
Yeah,
with De Niro.
But he's also like De Niro's conscience in the movie too.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I like that he's the one who gets away.
Yeah, of course.
Like, why wouldn't you?
Because he had Ashley Judd save his ass. Yeah.
Bros.
Wave the hand.
And he, like De Niro said, the entire movie, you gotta be willing to just up and dip out quick.
And it's like, I do like to think it's true, but they say they use the shootout scene to train like military and like SWAT teams, like, you know, how to aim, fire, empty your clip, and reload.
Well, and the other thing,
and every time I've seen them talk about it, they show Kilmer exiting the bank.
Yeah.
And like going, counting his shots. You can,
And that's what I was going to say. It's not just no.
Yeah.
Like each one is firing. Anybody who's played video games know if you fire a couple of shots, you can get on point. When you're moving around like a psychopath like that, carrying 50 pounds of
dollar bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everybody was in coverage the whole time. They talked to each other. Like that whole scene.
Yeah.
One of the best. Yeah, realistic,
right? Shootouts,
practically shot shootouts in cinema.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there are billions and billions and billions, but like,
but that's one where I mean, like
that,
like we were saying, is that like each character you can see they know how much ammo they have left, and then when they get that clink, it's like eject, load,
real quick.
go.
Did they have them taped to each other?
Yeah, and then it was also like turning it to the side to reload.
Yes.
And then
that
way
stuff
you get.
That John Wick is really good at with his gun fu.
Yeah.
But think that was in.
That was like 95, 96.
We skipped over 95. Good call. We skipped over The Doors.
Well, I was going to get to that at the very end.
I'm not a huge Doors fan, but the biggest takeaway from that is the band.
Oh yeah.
Said that like by the end, if we weren't in the room with him, like we couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Between him and Jim.
Well, and he got Oliver Stone. I saw an interview with him. He was saying that's him singing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
that's how they.
Yeah, he was doing karaoke.
They couldn't tell the difference of him singing.
Yeah.
The OG Doors.
And I will say this is like. And again, Jim Morrison is one of those dudes, like, when you're young, he's a prophet. And then when you get older, you're like, that dude it was jibber jabber.
Yeah, that's all it was.
And I feel like Val Kilmer perfectly embodied that of like, some people think I'm a guru and everybody else think I'm like a load of crap. So I'm just going to.
He was somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked about that, and like, not to get into a music thing, but like his portrayal was both tongue in cheek and serious, and I feel like that really worked. And I don't think that was in Oliver Stone's screenplay per se. That's all in the portrayal of that character.
Self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like he was, from all intents and purposes, everything we've heard. He nailed Jim, but you're right. Like he was fucking crazy. The marbled mouth, gibberish stuff, and it's all like, oh man, he ate acid and he wrote all these good lyrics. Now go listen to those lyrics.
No, it's
gibberish.
And their biggest hit was written by Robbie Krieger.
Yeah, it wasn't even written by them.
No,
that's because it was a song.
Well, and also, I mean, we got like 20 seconds. Yeah. Jim Morrison is a wonderful example of if you have one of the greatest bands to back you up,
correct,
you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Without a bass player.
It was, oh, fuck. The following segment has been brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. The Nerla Nerds podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion. Marketing by Brock Ryder. Graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion. Music by the Heisenberg Compensators.